With the ground service vehicles, I've always known that you could swap them for other objects, but I've never tried it yet. This is the future. No parking at gates, just stop anywhere you want and let the gate come to you. Where do I copyright and patent this idea? This is brilliant. This is the future. Shall we have a flight then? We're here at Auckland, one of the bigger airfields in New Zealand, just like another of NZ's larger airports called Wellington, where somebody has just made a whole new version of it with loads of custom bits and pieces, various other stuff, and you may even find a video all about that on this very channel. Two videos actually, as I did a little patch to sort out some of the off-airport roads, and just wanted to say that in case anybody did download Wellington in the first 24 hours, then you might not have the edited version, so take a look at the NZWN patch video and compare it to your airport in the sim to see if you have the most up-to-date one. It's just some road stuff, so nothing major, and if you didn't get the update, it's not affecting the actual airport anyway, but yeah, I think it makes things look a little better now. It's there if you want it. I have turned them back into proper service vehicles again. Don't want to show off my drivable air bridge idea. Not yet, not until I get it fully legally protected. So, slightly less flight sim and more taxiing around sim at the moment. 2-3 is the runway in use, so that's taking off left to right as we're looking at it now. That means quite a drive up to the other end of the airfield. Wish I'd have looked that up first and started a flight at that end, but never mind. Nobody watches these videos to see sensible things happening, do they? And if you are new and were expecting some kind of realistic flying, oh boy, have you come to the wrong place. That's something I wanted to show you. Artificial horizon. Blue at the top, orange at the bottom, signifying that we're the right way up. So, blue at the top, orange at the bottom, that's good. Blue at the top, orange at the bottom. Blue, orange, I wish I'd done... Hold on, you coming out? Which taxiway are you going to use? Whichever one it is, I'm going to use the other one, and we're going to have a race. Yeah, it's on. Yeah, I wish I'd done that with the colour scheme on purpose, but no, happy accident, and only noticed it yesterday actually, that it's... I think it's quite appropriate for South Fiordland Express to be painted in the upside down artificial horizon colours. So, come on, we're doing it. Beat you. You useless Air New Zealand blue thing. Right then. Don't need all of the runway, do we? Not in this little plane, but we've got one coming in. Looking at the map, that means we'd only have to wait, so we may as well go down to the end anyway. Ready? Yeah, see, Aaron, is that guy pulling out onto the runway? Yep, we're having a replay of the Haneda landing on each other. No, we're okay. Yeah, just about managed to miss each other. Yeah, Traffic Global. nice enough, happy I've got it, but sometimes the planes do a pretty terrible job of realising that there are other aircraft that exist. Yeah, they do sometimes take off and land while other planes are on the runway and things. Yeah, such is life. Oh no, we've got a string of aircraft incoming looking at the map, but we have a little gap to get out now, which I'm going to do, or we'll be sat at the hold point for 5 minutes otherwise. Yeah. All the guys airborne, and yeah, loser. Yeah, he's gone. The landing aircraft is still on the runway, but we'll use the traffic global style ATC and say cleared for takeoff, as you'll be up in the air before you get that far anyway, so that's totally fine. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're going to head for NZME Mercer today. Probably 15 minutes or so flying time. Yeah, it's a nice little airfield. They built a new large hangar kind of thing recently, and I've done a custom object for that, tidied up some other stuff. Yeah, it's not a new scenery as in something I've just done. That was a while ago when I upgraded it all, so you've probably already got that. But yeah, it's a fun little place to visit. So that's where we're going. The short flying time does help as well. Yeah, if people want to make hours-long videos, their viewers like watching them, then that's great. For me, I'd just get totally bored watching that myself, so I don't really want to make those kind of videos either. Occasionally I do have longer flights, an hour or more, but yeah, that's not going to be something I'd ever film. Yeah, in fact, most of the time with those, the bigger ones, I've got 3 screens here, and one is X-Plane and the other 2 are just filled with, you know, stuff like maps, the record. Ooh, hello, little plane. Oh, well, large plane actually, isn't it? Bet you're on your downwind leg to go and land at Auckland, aren't you? Something that big, it's not going to be this low unless it's coming into land. There's nowhere else local that you're going to go, so yeah, you'll be turning left and landing at Auckland, my guess is. Yeah, hope it goes well. Try not to land on top of anybody else when you get there. Yeah, what was it? Oh, yeah, so yeah, 3 screens, one's for X-Plane, the other 2 just for, yeah, I've got my moving map on there, and at the moment the recording software interface. So when I do have a bigger trip, it's usually when there's a sporting event on. So on one of these spare screens I'll have a football match or rugby or whatever it is, and that's something to watch while I'm cruising. And definitely couldn't record those for YouTube, because I did this back when I was just starting to make videos and found out that my OBS recording software doesn't just target X-Plane's audio, it records the whole computer. So you'd have X-Plane visually, but both the sound of the engines and also the sound of the commentary on whatever game I was watching. That would be rather weird. Anyway, talking about other people's videos, I've found a new channel which you might like. It's called Stig Aviation. Just looking for bypassing a little airfield here, a Drury airfield. down there somewhere. Yeah, anyway, Stig Aviation. He's a maintenance guy who works for American Airlines at LAX. And yeah, there's Drury just by the wingtip. Yeah, and on his channel there's some shorter videos about specific subjects, but the really interesting ones, in my opinion, are the Stig Shifts series of videos. And basically it's just him filming his shift at work, where he gets assigned a gate, so you get to see the various planes coming and going from there, and him checking things and repairing things and all that kind of stuff. Now, yeah, for me, and I would assume a lot of people watching this right now through flight sims and maybe real life as well, we've got a reasonable knowledge of engines and cockpits and all that kind of thing. With these Stig Shifts videos, there is occasionally bigger stuff, such as changing the wheel on an aircraft, but the bits I've been loving are the stupid, mundane kind of tasks that he does, such as unblocking a sink in the galley. You know, I've got no idea. It's not really the kind of thing you ever think about, is it? But, you know, he's unscrewed the panel to get to the workings behind the sink and the drainage, and stuck the camera in there to show you what it is and how it all works. And oh, by the way, while we're here, this is a chiller unit just next to this, and you see these vents in the back of the galley carts. When they're stowed, that vent butts up against an opening which blows cold air from that chiller, which helps keep the food and drink in the cart cool. And it's all those little things and stupid stuff. Yeah, it's like, you know, seeing all the items that are actually inside a wheel well, or even just finding out how a galley wine bottle opener is held in place by tri-wing screws. I mean, this time last week I was aware of their existence, but I'd never actually seen a tri-wing screw, to be honest. I'll put a link in the description, and do have a look at one of his Stig Shift videos. It's probably not going to be for everybody, but I've been finding it totally fascinating and one of my best ever YouTube random finds. It is definitely worth a look, at least. Anyway, back to videos and my ones. I had a couple of comments on recent videos, and while we're here I'll just say this out loud in case anybody else was thinking of asking me similar things. The first guy was wondering if I was ever going to do Microsoft Flight Sim scenery, and the answer is no. Totally nothing to do with wars over which sim is better. You know, it's simply a case of I've got used to all the scenery making tools for X-Plane. I've learnt a few tips and tricks about what the sim can and can't do, and I just really couldn't be bothered to learn a whole brand new set of tools for another sim. Plus I don't own Microsoft Flight Sim anyway, so yeah, no, I won't be making scenery for that one. Then the other question was at least about X-Plane, but it was somebody inquiring if I would make Adelaide Airport. And again, that's going to be a no. Yeah, I've populated New Zealand with an awful lot of airfield scenery, and there's been a lot of time and effort gone into that. So I think I've done my bit and I've contributed something. And I'm not going to start again with another country now. I've been doing a bit of flying in Japan recently, as you may have seen in a few videos, and I'm not doing any scenery making or tweaking or anything there, and that's a place where I do fly sometimes. So there's no chance of me making stuff in countries where I don't go, or very rarely visit. So yeah, sorry about that, but no, just looking at the map, there is a little plane. Should be somewhere. Oh, I think I can see it. That looks like it's inbound to Mercer as well. might be far enough ahead of us, don't know. Yeah, may possibly have cleared the runway by the time we get there, or it may not, but in keeping with our traffic global air traffic control separation that we had for takeoff, we'll do the same thing at this end of the flight, and yeah, cleared to land, you're fine, just go for it, no worries. See how we do. It's quite a thin runway, this asphalt one. Big wide strip of green to the right, that is a grass runway, so that would actually be much easier to land on, but yeah, well, wind's not too bad or anything, so we should be alright on the hard surface. Yeah, it was okay. Nothing brilliant, but yeah. Not going to complain too much, I don't think. Yeah, we can put that in the box marked adequate. Yeah, there's that new hangar I was talking about. Clean ourselves up. Yeah, that is one of the tips and tricks I've learned as I've gone along with research material. That is so new that there's not, well, when I was building it, there was no pictures or anything, so I've got no idea. But YouTube can be a decent place for researching things, and I actually got most of that hangar building from a skydiving video. There's 3 women did a skydive from here, and while they're talking to the camera whilst they're on the ground, they've just accidentally managed to film that building in the background behind them, and that's where I got most of the shape and the colours and the sizes and everything from that. So I could go and park over there, but seriously, if you come to an airport where there's a bridge over a river, you need to go across the bridge over the river, don't you? Yep, we're all good. Cool. There's grass parking area to our left and right. But there's also a little parking area just between these buildings up here, and just thinking out loud, now they've got their new hangar and an apron over the other side, I wonder if they do actually use this for parking aircraft anymore. Absolutely no idea, and don't care either really, 'cause I'm going to park here today. Yeah, I'll just park here, and if somebody could drive the air bridge over to me, that would be great. Thanks. Yeah, so there we go then, a little trip from Auckland to Mercer. Yeah, quite enjoyed that. Right, I'll see you again for the next one soon. Bye!